And all these videos is on the same platform.
Lottie Lord. God damn. Whoa. I would have took my chances in school. We finna watch another video.
So boom.
What's his nigga name? Chiseled Adonis. This is called the Teacher Bay. Teacher Bay is weird. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen this already with the Teacher Bay thing, with her going viral. Here's my take on that shit. You're in school to teach kids. You're not in school to look good. Can you look good? Well, if you're just attractive, you're attractive. Boom. Simple as that. But if you're going out of your way to put on skinny dresses and fitted dresses and all that shit, you're a fucking issue. And we need to start calling women losers a lot fucking more, because that is some loser shit to do. Y'all sitting here like saying with Teacher Bay, but y'all was talking about that the cool teacher being a PDF when all he was doing was dancing. He was just dancing and dressing cool. Like, that does not make him a weird teacher, bro. Like, y'all weird for defending the women, but not defending the men.
Is I, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. But of course, you already knew that. And
what
as
the fuck?
I'm preparing for live streaming the NFL season kickoff later tonight, I received a number of DMs of people asking, what are my thoughts on Teacher Bay? And I said, who is Teacher Bay?
My baddie, Teacher Bay.
There's no reason you should have open-toed shoes. You're a grown-ass woman. In a school full of, these look like high schoolers. There's no reason to have on, if you have on a skirt and you just thick, if you were a thick woman and you just got on a skirt, you thick. There's nothing you could do about that. I've seen thick teachers in my lifetime. Plenty of them. But dressing like this, dog, and you're in school, you're there to impress somebody. This is how you dress when you want to impress. This is not how you dress when you just want to teach. You just want to be viral. You just want to be a whore. Like, bro, I promise you, you could start up an OnlyFans and you could make in a week what the fuck you would make in a year. You feel me?
She's so pretty.
Oh my, it seems as if
She
trying
bad
to
as
get some
hell.
footage for
She
her
bad as
social
fuck,
media. Now,
though.
albeit I'm not in women's fashion, but I would assume strappy heels aren't necessarily something that a professor would be wearing, but she can't help that she's got a very nice figure, right?
Right.
It's not as if this is something that she's continually doing, of course.
Look who at my door, you guys. Hey, Miss Williams.
This is so weird.
Teacher Bay.
And then wanting to be known as Teacher Bay is crazy, because you should not be associating being a teacher with anything romantic wise. You should not. You're weird as hell.
Y'all, look at Miss Williams. Good morning, Miss Williams.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Today's practice, not yesterday's.
See, like, this would be cool. This fit right here would be cool. This fit would be cool if, like, you didn't have this open slit on the side and then have on these heels. Who are you teaching? What I need to figure out what grade she's teaching. This is worse than I thought. Oh, this is so much worse than I thought. Oh, this is crazy. Hey, let's be real. As a teenager, if I walk in a teacher room and all she doing is writing on the board and her ass jiggling, you think I'm not finna be bricked up? You think I'm not finna be sitting here talking about, damn, this bitch thinks fine. Like, come on now, look at her. Realistically, I put my tongue up her butt, but like, fam, like, you're not supposed to be doing this around like 15-year-olds and shit, fam. Like, especially like 17, 18-year-olds, bro. Like, one of my teachers, she was bad as hell. She was a little Mexican motherfucker, Latina, whatever you want to call her, folks. She was bad. She was bad as hell. And she got fired because she was fucking with one of the students. That's essentially what I feel like. Like, this is what that's going to lead to. That's essentially what this is going to lead to. You hear me? You hear me?
This is what you decided to wear?
You feel
To
me?
teach Middle school English?
Middle
Ma'am,
school.
What part of the game is this?
Middle
you going
school.
to a club or you going to the school? Now, I'm not saying you can't wear particular things, but it's implied on the marquee. You're educating the youth. Who you dressing for?
Little kids, bro.
Obviously, if it's a situation where you don't look good, feel good, you play good, as Deion Sanders once said in your case, it should be teach good. But what the hell you dressing up with mini skirts and heels for?
Oh, look at Miss Williams. Hey,
Not a
Miss
single,
Williams.
not a single. You look like you finna go to the club. She look like she finna go to the club, gang.
It's Monday.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Shorty had on a sheer skirt. What you
You
showing
hear me?
kneecaps for? You educating 10 to
I ain't gonna lie, I think it's even worse. I think it makes it so much worse because the school is allowing this. I don't know. When I went to high school and middle school, you wasn't getting away with this shit. My principal, my dean, nigga, my athletic director was not letting anybody get away with this shit. They would have sent the teacher home. Because I'm sorry, this is some of the most inappropriate shit I've ever seen in my life. There's no way that any other teacher should be comfortable with that. There's no way any other teacher or principal or higher being should be comfortable with that. She should be fired immediately. I don't know if she got fired, but she should be.
13-year-old. Who you showcasing all that ass for? Obviously, it's a situation where you can't hide your figure if you were born and blessed with it. But evidently, it turns out this lady just so happened to get a BBL.
Start here. Who even told y'all I had a BBL? Who told y'all that? Who told y'all that? Not saying it's true or not true, but I want to know who told you.
You got a BBL?
Because I got a BBL, I can't have a career. What if I just want some buns?
What if you just wanted some ass? You're a teacher. The
Getting
fuck
a
you need
BBL to be a
ass
teacher
for?
is
And
insane.
even if that was the case, don't you think you probably shouldn't be wearing clothing within the workplace, or I should say a school where you're teaching 10
You not
and
even.
11
It's like it's not even like it's an
reading, as
office
you
job.
stated,
This is little
with
kids.
tight-fitting clothing, bodycon dresses, mini skirts, and high heels that amplify your figure? Do you not register where this might just be inappropriate?
Being a teacher is new to y'all. It's not new to me. This is not my first year teaching. This is my first year being a reading teacher. Let's start there.
And let's call a spade a spade. We
Don't nobody give a fuck if it's your first year teaching or not. You're weird.
know exactly what this is, hence why it's getting posted on social media. Shorty trying to get discovered.
Yeah.
You want to be an Instagram model. You want
Yeah.
somebody to go and save you. Some sort of person who's
Yeah.
going to come trick on you. Oh, I see Teacher Bay. That's fine. Shorty going viral. Let me get her out that situation. You know exactly what it is that transpired.
Somebody gonna do it, bro.
Something called
Somebody
etiquette,
gonna do it.
right? Of course, there's different professions in which you have, dress codes and whatever the case is. And there's a ton of different
Somebody
teachers who
gonna do
maybe
it, too.
not
That's what's
curvy,
crazy.
that probably can wear the same sort of attire and get away with it because it could mess around and be a little bit loose fitting. There's some teachers that I've seen that showcase a bit of kneecap before when I was in school. I don't know what they call it, the types of different sort of skirt, like it's like a mid-length skirt or some shit like that. We can see like half the kneecap or some shit like that. But if
Yeah.
you know your body.
Nigga,
isn't-
I had teachers in here. Nigga, all my teachers, respectfully, nigga, all they dresses and skirts was down to they motherfucking ankles. They was in that bitch like it was church.
incredibly voluptuous, if you will. There's no reason why you should be wearing some shit that's amplifying said booty and then recording yourself in
Every
the
day.
classroom and posting that something
Every
online. You go to a
day.
TikTok right now, you can see her recording herself inside the class, albeit some of the interactions that you see her have with the students, you don't see the students, of course, which would be very smart. Don't post somebody's kid online. She said on one of her lives that she gets consent forms signed from the children's parents.
There's
if she
no
was gonna post
way.
the children online.
Y'all tried to talk about the fact that I had a kid name in the video. Guess what? I made my parents sign consent forms. I have
There's
consent
no
forms,
way.
Love. I know what I can and what I can't do. That one child whose name was in the video, I have a consent form from her mom. Her mom is totally cool with her work being showed, okay? By the way, she loves me.
What sucks about this is she's getting exactly what she wanted. She's getting the clout. She's getting exactly what she wants.
watches she loves me down to death, okay? So stop talking about that.
You caught that? She said the child's mother loves her and furthermore watches her TikTok and that she cut it off before she continued saying watches the TikTok. So you mean to tell me the child's mother watches the TikTok in which you do your fit checks, which of course nice outfits, right? I don't think it's appropriate for work, but nice outfits nonetheless. So the child's
Not
mother also
appropriate for
seeing this
school at
post as
all.
well.
If you
that
was a whore, it's
uploading along
appropriate.
with this Teacher Bay outfits.
God damn.
And again, I ain't saying you can't have no personal life, right? But if you gonna get consent form signed from parents in order to showcase their children on your TikTok, when you're an educator,
You can't
and then
hide
go
that.
and post
You can't
those
hide that
videos,
same type
but
of
you
shit.
also have these videos up. What kind of message are you trying to imply? I ain't saying you can't do what you're trying to do on the outside, but
See, you can't mix them two up, folks, because you trying to look cute on TikTok, but you trying to be a teacher on TikTok too. That shit don't add up, bro. Man, if this would have been a nigga, matter of fact, if this would have been a nigga that was too thick, it would have been an issue. This would have been a nigga who was wearing a too tight shirt. This would have been a nigga with some too tight of pants. Shit would have been
you're an
flipped upside
educator.
down.
So that's all wrapped within one. Not to say you can't have your life, but again, you can't be having this kind of online presence.
No.
Because guess what? We live in the day and age of social media. Let's call a spade a spade. Children got social media. They gonna discover you online.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be too difficult to go and find you. Because when you just search Teacher Bay or you search
She gonna be the first
or whatever
motherfucker
the
to
name
pop
of
up.
account just so happened, turns out an old account can pop up. And all these videos is on the same platform.
Love it, Lord.
God damn! Whoa! Whoa! Hey. I would have took my chances in school. I would have took my chances in school. I would have been spitting game to this bitch every day. Boy, I'd have been offering this bitch my cookies from lunch, boy. My God. But as he said, you can't post this.
Boy, cover your eyes. Shake.
Posting this. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Going outside in this is crazy. Going outside in this is crazy as hell. This is insane. This is insane. Going outside in this is some of the most insane shit ever.
To the imagination, that's just showing too
Man,
much.
she may as well
It took
start
over 38 seconds
OnlyFans.
in order to go and find those videos. And again, that was on a secondary account, albeit they're a couple of years old, but why the fuck the post is still up? It's not as if it's somebody who's just recording videos or maybe they archive videos from your previous page and went and re-uploaded.
You feel me?
This her own other account over here. Why the fuck they still up? There gotta be some level of professionalism. And furthermore, she said out her own mouth as well, she's got students whose parents are in love with her. And she cut herself off. They follow her on TikTok. You think they don't also see this as well? So now I gotta call into question what the fuck y'all got going on. Because of
You hear
course,
me?
as a professor,
You
you
hear
should
me?
be judged based off of how good you are at educating the students. But the platform she's been able to build, she's got over 130,000 followers on TikTok. It seems if you're more interested
All
in turning
because
the
she
classroom
look
into
good.
your own personal fashion show.
All because you
than
look
you
good.
Are educating
Not because you
the children.
educated.
Like I said earlier, this is just nothing more than a
That shit
play
look like-
to try
that
to
shit do look like a
leverage
BBL,
the
though.
controversy and the visibility that you're getting online.
That shit do
to
look like a
pivot into
BBL.
becoming somewhat of an influencer or maybe getting discovered by somebody who can go and, put some cash in your doggone pocket. Let's just call a spade a spade.
She was a whore.
So, any students that I have that was in my class last year, not in my class this year, their parents are dreading the fact that they're not in my class. Parents call the school wanting their child in my class. So
This is just a bitch that be flogging. She just saying shit. She dead ass just saying shit. This is just a bitch who's just talking just to talk, just to hear herself talk. You're saying a whole bunch of nothing. I promise you, there's nobody in. Here's what's dumb as hell. Is because when the school year goes on from one year to another, you always go to a new fucking teacher because you're going up a fucking grade level. Are we fucking kidding? Are we dead ass? She's a fucking teacher? And she's saying shit like this? So you want your kid to go back down to third grade again instead of going to fourth? Let's be for real. She just saying shit.
That doesn't even really make no sense because if you're teaching in grade school, the children advance
You
forward
feel
if they
me?
pass the class. So why would they
You hear
then
me?
have a parent call and say, "Hey, I would like you to retake this class"? That don't really make no sense unless of course, that's
Exactly.
some sort of admiration for the teacher, one way or another, right? She's probably not an R. Shelley, as some people are going in implying, right? Where she's preying on the children, albeit this is something you have to consider when you see somebody dressing in this manner. Not as if it's heavily provocative, but you got to take into account where it is that you're working, what it is that you're there to do, and what you're showcasing and broadcasting yourself to be. She's calling herself Teacher Bay after some people probably messed around and called her that, right? Who's to say it's not a
Teacher
situation
Bay
where
is
you're dressing
just
up like
weird,
this
bro.
for fellow co-workers? Maybe she's trying to impress folks. Maybe she's trying to look good for folks, or whatever the case is. But let's try to flip the script. Had this been a male teacher who's
Regardless if you're doing it for another male figure, and if there's a man in the school that you're trying to impress, you never bring that shit in front of the kids. Never.
wearing gray sweatpants or the tight, clothes to where you have a bulge that's being showcased here. Would we sit over here and see folks trying to make excuse for the
Hell
clothing
no.
of what that dude just so happens to be wearing? No! You wouldn't
Nigga
be
would've been
quick to call
crucified.
it inappropriate, especially if
Nigga
you're
would've been
teaching
fucking
children
crucified.
that are age 10 or 11, 12 or 13. Now, I don't know if she's teaching in just a junior high school, if it's a K to 8 or K to 12, one way or another. It's inappropriate. Man, you're a teacher. What are we doing here? You dress
That
like
shit
you're
just
going to the
weird,
bar.
bro.
You dress like you're going to the lounge.
To the
you dress like you're
club.
going to the club, to a degree. Right? There was some of the fits in which, maybe you could have got a pass. Maybe you go a
Yeah.
size large or whatever. And I'm not trying to be the fashion police, but
Won't somebody please think of the children?
and let me just say, she ain't the only teacher that does fit checks. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of professors who hop onto social media to showcase their fits.
Which I
Some of them
agree,
being
yes.
incredibly curvy women, but they ain't wearing bodycon dresses
Yeah,
and
they
incredibly
not,
tight
yeah.
mini skirts with high heels that's amplifying the figure and all this other stuff. But let's call a spade a spade. The fact that she would set up the phone and record
Yes, this video right here really does it. Cause this is just a motherfucker. Like, this is like one of them gym TikToks. Like, don't look at my ass. Look at the workout I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing. But don't look at my ass. But I'm gonna put my ass, I'm gonna level the phone low enough to where it could capture my ass and what I'm doing. But don't look at my ass. Like, come on, fam. You know exactly what you're doing.
herself walking up to the whiteboard, ass jiggling, walking in a way in which you can make the butt sway.
Yeah.
You know exactly what Shorty doing. Shorty weird, okay? Shorty weird across the board. And because social media is a place in which you can
That shit
create
is weird as
echo
hell,
chambers,
bro.
there's always going to be somebody enabling behavior. And you can take a look in the comment section and folks on some,
Ooh,
it's just
shit,
wearing an
ooh,
outfit.
shit.
It's not her fault that her body's fat. She got a BBL. What you mean it's not her fault? It's her fault.
She literally
That's
chose
neither
it.
here nor
She
there, right? Y'all let
chose
me know in
it.
the comment section what y'all think. This shit just completely weird, bro. Had I been a parent and I had my child in that school, we pull an act. And I could almost promise you it's a situation where the school district is probably ass, wherever it is that she's going around and doing. They
Yeah, I
probably
think
don't
she
got
said
no
it was
sort of
somewhere in
situation where there's
Florida.
PTA
I
meetings
think I
where
seen
parents
somewhere else.
actually
It
go
was
and give a
somewhere in
shit.
Florida.
The mere fact that she could say that there's, mothers of the children that she happens to go and teach that follow her on TikTok, and for whatever reason, albeit teachers can have their own personal life. They ain't got nothing to say about her turning the doggone school into her own personal fashion show. Like, we losing the plot. We literally losing the plot, fam.
Okay.
This don't make no sense. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wild. Maybe I'm wild. Y'all might not agree. Hey, y'all don't even got to. Or maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Y'all let me know if I'm wild.
I may be wrong, but I doubt it.
I ain't gonna lie, it's just weird as hell, bro. You a grown ass woman around 13-year-olds and shit like that, fam. You got a BB. What'd you get a BBL for? You got to be living a second life at like a strip club or something. You don't just go get a BBL just to get a BBL. Did you try going to the gym? You don't go get a BBL just for the hell of it. It's just weird as hell, because if it was flipped around, it'd definitely be a whole nother this and that too. For I just don't get that shit. She weird as hell. And if that was a school district, I would I went to a charter school, but she would have been fired before she ever got hired. She would have never worked there. Never.